Welcome to the 8th grade Science Just-in-Time video. In this video, we will review concepts that will be covered in the first 9 weeks. We will begin the first 9 weeks with Unit 1, an introduction to scientific and engineering practices and matter. This unit will begin on August 4th and end on September 3rd. This unit consists of 2 chapters. Unit 1 starts with Chapter 0, Scientific and Engineering Practices, and will be covered in 7 days. Next, Chapter 1, Properties and Conservation of Matter, will be covered in 15 days. In Chapter 0, students will be introduced to scientific and engineering practices. They will review important science terms and will be able to understand how these practices are applied and used to investigate the natural world and solve problems that improve society. In Lesson 1, students will investigate how evidence-based explanations are developed using scientific practices and recurring themes and concepts of science. In Lesson 2, students will learn how solutions to problems are designed and evaluated using engineering practices. In Lesson 3, students will relate the impact of past and current scientific research on scientific thought and society. Students will review the history of science, impact of research in science, and explore STEM careers. In Chapter 1, students will study the classification of matter and how matter is conserved in chemical changes. Students will identify the differences between elements, compounds, and mixtures. They will also describe properties of water, compare properties of acids and bases, and investigate how mass is conserved in chemical reactions. In Lesson 1, students will use models to explain how matter is classified as elements, compounds, homogeneous mixtures, or heterogeneous mixtures. In Lesson 2, students will describe the properties of cohesion, adhesion, and surface tension in water and relate to observable phenomena such as the formation of droplets, transport in plants, and insects walking on water. In Lesson 3, students will compare and contrast the properties of acids and bases, including pH relative to water. In Lesson 4, students will use the periodic table to identify atoms involved in chemical reactions. Students also investigate how mass is conserved in chemical reactions and relate conservation of mass to the rearrangement of atoms using chemical equations, including photosynthesis. The second half of the first 9 weeks will begin with Unit 2, Force, Motion, and Energy. This unit will begin on September 4th and end on October 7th. This unit consists of 2 chapters. Unit 2 starts with Chapter 2, Force and Motion within Systems, and will be covered in 13 days. Next, Chapter 3, Waves and Thermal Energy, will be covered in 11 days. In Chapter 2, students will study forces and motion within a system and how they are related and applied to Newton's 3 laws of motion. In Lesson 1, students will calculate and analyze how the acceleration of an object is dependent upon the net force acting upon the object and the mass of the object using Newton's second law of motion. In Lesson 2, students will investigate how Newton's 3 laws of motion act simultaneously within a system. In Chapter 3, students will begin the study of waves. They will understand how energy transfers occur through waves. Student will describe characteristics of waves, analyze the electromagnetic spectrum and types of waves. In Lesson 1, students will compare the amplitude, frequency, and wavelength in transverse waves, including the electromagnetic spectrum. In Lesson 2, students will explain the use of electromagnetic waves in applications. In addition to McGraw-Hill materials, there are additional resources available to supplement and enhance your lessons located in the Middle School Science Curriculum page. Have a great first 9 weeks.